This morning, the British ambassador in Berlin handed the German government a final note stating that unless we heard from them that they were prepared at once to withdraw their troops from Poland, a state of war would exist between us. This country is at war with Germany.
Yes, the war began on the 1st of September 1939. I was evacuated 2 days beforehand. Being away from the family I was very nervous and frightened of the unknown, really. I was evacuated to a little village called Yapton and stayed there for a few months until she went to Wales to live with her parents. And then I was evacuated, I was moved to a lady round the corner that was named Hilda. She was a coloured lady that had no family of her own. So I moved in with her, and eventually she had my 2 brothers. I stayed with Hilda until I was 18. After I moved back to London, or was taken back to London, we kept in touch by letter. I visited a few times. I even took my daughter to see her as a baby, and we stayed in touch until she died. When I left school, I went to work in a shop which was a wooden hut just leading off a Ford aerodrome. I was the only civilian girl in that area. It was all troops and service women, all in uniform. And I worked there until Ted turned up as a wounded soldier. And the first time I met him, he told me he was going to marry me. But previously I'd been going with a Marine that drove an ambulance, was from the sick bay on the aerodrome. I've been going with him for quite some considerable time. But it all fizzled out when I met Ted, eventually. So he moved down to Yapton with his uncle and auntie. Had nothing to do, so made a nuisance of himself coming into the shop. So the night I was 21, Ted asked my sister if he could stay, as he wanted to see my father, who didn't get home until 12 o'clock at night from work. So Ted stayed the night, and when my father walked in, he told him, "Joan is 21 today and we are going to get married in a month's time." We had 3 bridesmaids, a reception in a hotel, quite a big reception, and then we moved to Harrow. We lived at Harrow on the Hill after we were married until I was pregnant 18 months later, when I moved back to Tooting. Times have changed. In my generation, you got married by 21. Nowadays, they don't get married, but we used to call it living in sin. But now it's just having a partner.